Dr. Haas here. This is actually part two of what I learned from my first round of the Prolon fasting mimicking diet. So go ahead and watch that one first if you haven't yet. But this is basically what I'm doing differently this time around. So again, this is day 1.5. And this time I started on an evening. So in the inside of the box, the big Prolon box, they have some information, and they said a lot of people opt to start in the evening and then they break their fast at dinner time. And I thought, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So my husband's doing it with me again. So we took the dinner from the fifth box, which is just the minestrone soup, and so we kind of had a feast the night before. So we started on a Saturday night. So on Friday night, we had a big, delicious steak from U.S. Wellness Meats, which is a great source of 100% grass-fed beef. Um, and it's also approved by the Deuterium Depletion Center, Dr. Q mentioned. We got this incredible steak, and I made like a small portion of baked potato with sour cream and butter and salt, and really enjoyed that meal. And then the last meal I had to use up some heavy cream that we bought over Thanksgiving and I didn't use, so I made caramel pot de cremes by a Martha Stewart recipe. That's pretty phenomenal. And so we had, I had a bunch of vegetables, and before we had that lunch, I cleaned out the fridge. So that's something I did differently that I wanted to mention. So it was Saturday. It was very convenient. I basically went through the whole fridge. If there's anything that I wanted us to eat that wasn't going to get eaten in time, I put it in the freezer in a specific area that we'll be able to defrost that and eat it again soon. And then there's stuff that my daughter will eat, so I put that up front and center so that so that I'd be able to quickly make her healthy meals without having to put too much effort into it. Because obviously cooking delicious food when you're fasting is not ideal. Delicious food that you're not going to eat. So cleaning out the fridge, really doing a deep clean of the kitchen, putting away any food that was sitting out that would be tempting. Not that that's really a problem, because when you're on a fast mimicking diet, you're really kind of in the zone going, well, I'm eating this now and that now. It's really nice because they've done all the work and it's all easy for you to do. So cleaning out the fridge starting on the evening. So that was interesting. So we had the soup in the evening and it was good. I was like, gosh, I like the soup. And did get a little bit hungry, went to bed early. So I mentioned in the previous video that the first time we did the fast mimicking diet, we felt tired, and so we went to bed early. So I was in bed by 10:30, I think, maybe even a little earlier than that. Not too long after I got my daughter off to sleep, it was like, okay, bedtime, lights out. And then, interestingly, we used the Keto Mojo, which you can buy online. It's a great little tool. You do a finger stick. You use the same drop of blood to get your glucose and your ketones. So the first time we did the fast, we were checking it before breakfast. I was checking it before lunch, and then again, kind of arbitrarily at 9 p.m. And one of the things that happens when you do the Prolon more than one time is that your body will become more adaptable. So you're going to be able to get into ketosis faster, burning your own fat at this point. And I did actually do the ketogenic diet a little bit in between, which I hadn't really done, firmly while checking ketones or anything like that. I've definitely done similar low carb diets before, but for probably a little over a week between Thanksgiving and this fast that we just started, we started on December 1st. I was doing ketogenic very faithfully and checking my levels and keeping them in, keeping my ketones above 0.5. And then I ate kind of normally. And like I mentioned, we had the feast because it's good. You got to load up your glycogen when you're going to do something like this. It's good to feast and famine. Our body likes to adapt. It's not ideal to always be in a famine state because your metabolism's going to drop, and your hormones are not going to be happy, and a lot of different things happen. So that's not the scope of this talk. But anyway, just interestingly, so on day 2 of the first Prolon fast, which is kind of, today I'm on day 1, but I started in the evening. I stopped eating at about, I think it was like 1:45 p.m. was when we finished lunch yesterday. So on day 2, the first time, before breakfast, my blood sugar was actually 95 and my ketones were low, whereas this is my functional day 2, I guess. My glucose was 73 and my ketones were at 0.5 already, so that's pretty awesome. Just want to also mention that I did manage to sustain some weight loss. So the first round of Prolon, I lost almost 5 pounds. Oh, actually, I lost a little over 5 pounds from day 1 baseline to day 6, the day after. Um, and I actually maintained a weight loss of 2 pounds. But today I'm already back down to basically what I was on day 5. So after just one night, interestingly enough, my weight came down to kind of what it was on day 5. So it's interesting to see the sustained weight loss and actually sustained increase in muscle mass and body fat. So that's a great thing to do. Get a scale like that and check yourself every day when you're doing a fast like this, along with Keto Mojo. That's great. Logging your hunger, maybe taking a picture of your face and your full body before and after each fast, and measuring your waist circumference, things like that, and making notes. Did you do exercise? Did you go for a walk? This is the kind of stuff that I did, and this is the weight loss here. Here we are. Whoop. So I'm not embarrassed that I'm that heavy. I'm all muscle. Anyway, another thing I'm doing differently this time is I've introduced this product from Raw and Tea Garden, Caralluma. We'll see if this helps with the hunger. I took one last night and I took one this morning. It's something you're supposed to take on an empty diet. I'm just going to read to you from the website what this is all about. So it's a cactus that's been eaten in India for centuries as a famine food. It helps suppress appetite. It's been used to modulate appetite for those pursuing yogic paths. So it's Caralluma fimbriata extract. And traditionally, it supports appetite control, healthy weight management, blood fat and sugar balance, enhances endurance and energy. So you're supposed to take 1 capsule twice a day on an empty stomach. And ingredient, it's vegetarian capsules, rice powder, bamboo extract powder, and calcium stearate. So hopefully that will take with the hunger. But basically the things I'm doing differently are starting in the evening instead of starting in the morning, doing it during a work week for the most part. So Sunday's day 1. This is a pretty easy day. Day 1 is a pretty easy day. When you look at the different things you get to eat, you look like Sunday looks like a feast compared to the other days. You get a bunch of extra stuff. I think you get 11 or 1,200 calories on Sunday, whereas you're closer to 800, 850 on the days 2 through 5. See how it goes doing this during a regular work week, working regular hours Monday through Thursday, and then having dinner on Thursday night. So we'll talk more about, I'll give you some updates as I do this, and talk more about planning to break the fast a little bit later. All right, I hope this was informative. Comments, give our office a call if we can help you in any way. Many blessings.